Some breaking news tonight. We have new video released from Farmington, New Mexico. Officers releasing the body camera footage that shows the very moment that they take down the suspect. We do want to warn you, this video is difficult to watch. You can hear the panic from police in it. You hear officers fire their weapons, and it's all from the perspective of an officer who was shot by the suspect. Here's that video.
Get back inside, people! Arms to your hands! I'm good! Subject is down! Subject is down! Cease fire! Cease fire!
Move up. Single shot.
Hey! We're secured! 2-8, shots been fired by police. We're at 713 North. Do not move!
Give me close.
Do not move!
I'm shot! Go for it, devil!
You okay? Okay, you hit.
Where you hit? Where?
My legs
Where's your
are
tourniquet? Where's your tourniquet? We got one hit. Give me a medic here for Sarge. Just breathe.
Rachel, I'm coming. Where else you hit, Rachel?
I don't know. I just...
Okay, I'm here, all right? I got you. You got another tourniquet on you?
Okay, so that video, difficult to watch. You could hear that officer talking about being shot in the leg there. We're also learning some new information from Farmington Police this evening. They say the man who killed 3 people and wounded 6 others used an AR-15 rifle and 2 pistols to shoot people as he passed through his neighborhood. This was on Monday. Police released new information today. Investigators say the shooter had access to at least 10 other guns and roughly 1,400 rounds of ammunition. The Farmington Police chief outlined a more detailed narrative of how the shooting took place on Monday, the 3 victims who were killed, the 6 people who were wounded, and also a little bit more about the 18-year-old shooter, the suspect, Bo Wilson, who was eventually confronted and killed by police. Now, officers say the shooter used an AR-15 to fire at cars starting around 10:55 a.m. on Monday local time in the front yard of his father's home. The shooter was the only person at the residence when the incident began. Investigators recovered 141 of the 176 shell casings from the shooter's home. They also say the shooter was wearing what may be homemade body armor with steel plates. The victims have also been identified in this. There's a 79-year-old woman, Shirley Voita, Melody Ivy, who's 73, and Gwendolyn Schofield, who is 97. The mother and daughter were 2 of those 3 victims, Schofield and Ivy. They were pronounced dead on the scene, and Voita died at the hospital. Investigators say the shooter then began walking along North Dustin in the area with a pistol, and police now believe 7 homes, 11 vehicles were hit with gunfire during the incident. We've heard police talk about how random this was. Shooter just walking through the neighborhood, firing at anything that he thought he wanted to in the moment. A very random attack here. The shooter was eventually confronted and killed by police in the front lawn of First Church of Christ Scientist along North Dustin Road. Within the shooter's clothes, investigators also found a written note. And I'm going to read a quote here from the police chief. He said the note refers to this being his sort of final event, and that if anyone messes with his sister, you know there will be problems. It then goes on to say in this quote from the police chief, we're trying to piece together exactly what that means. Was there some sort of issue that we don't know about? So far, we've not been able to find anyone that's been able to go into details on that. Police also say the shooter legally purchased the AR-15 in November of 2022, roughly 1 month after he turned 18. Investigators say the shooter also purchased 3 magazines for the weapon just a few days before the Monday shooting. The 2 pistols are said to be owned by family members. 6 other people were also wounded in this shooting. They've since been treated and released from the hospital. They include a Farmington Police sergeant, Rachel DeSenza, who was shot in the groin. I believe that's who we watched in the video here. And also another officer from New Mexico State Police. All of the wounded are recovering from non-life-threatening injuries, fortunately there, but unfortunately and tragically, 3 people were killed in this. And we will pull up their pictures here in just a moment. But before we do, want to just pull up this graphic to break down everything that we know about this mass shooting in Farmington, New Mexico. Again, the suspect in this, 18-year-old Bo Wilson, was eventually shot and killed by police. He killed 3 women, ages 73, 79, and 97, one of which were a mom and daughter pair. Several other people were wounded, 6 others to be exact, including 2 officers. The victims were shot in front of the suspect's house. The suspect took off a makeshift bulletproof vest before the police shootout, in which he ultimately was killed. At least 4 officers fired at the suspect, killing him outside of a church. Police say that the shooter used an AR-15 and 2 pistols. He had access to as many as 10 other weapons and to 1,400 rounds at home. Police also found a note with green writing on it inside of the shooter's pocket. And we also have these images here of the victims that we want to pull up from this tragic shooting here. So we're going to pull up these images. Again, the victims here, 73, 79, and 97 years old. You're looking at 73-year-old Melody Ivy here. This here is Shirley Voida, who is 79 years old. And the first image that you saw at the beginning here, the woman on the left, is Gwendolyn Schofield. So Gwendolyn, who's 97, and the woman you saw in the middle there, Melody Ivy, who's 73. They were a mom-daughter pair who were killed in this. And then Shirley Voida, 79 years old, also killed. So learning some new details here about this shooting in New Mexico that happened on Monday. We're going to take another commercial break here. We'll be back after this.